Let's go and bring in Pete McGuire from XM. Going to see whether he's got much sleep over the past 48 hours or so. I don't think so, given what's going on in the markets. How are you, Pete?
I'm very well, thank you, David. Good morning, Annette. Yeah, been sleepless, and I think, as you said, David, you made mention as far as you thought we were going to crack through 100. Everyone was there, and the momentum, and it's such a big day over the last 36 hours. Solid move to the upside, and gave away a few of those losses. It just demonstrates the volatility across that sector. Nothing short of amazing. $3 pullbacks in a matter of an hour or two. So yeah, that's the sort of thing that traders look forward to. Long or short, David, is the name of the game.
And of course, what is stickier throughout this crisis is, of course, we're talking about Nordstream 2 might be off the agenda. So natural gas, energy prices, that's not going up and down, it's just going up.
Absolutely, Annette, yeah. And the realisation also is that as far as supply, we sit here in the summer of, sitting by the beach and it's not too bad. But over there in Europe, you've got 48% of the gas supply coming from Russia, and for Asia it's around 36%. So we've got to put our mind to the commodity superpower that Russia truly is, with 12 or 13% of global oil supply as well. Think of nickel, think of all the base metals. So it really is, it's an economic powerhouse and a commodity superpower.
What else are we looking at the moment? Of course, one thing that really struck me, the last little bit in the North American trading session, was there was a slight improvement in risk appetite. We saw those sanctions announcements come through from Joe Biden and Ursula von der Leyen beforehand. Seemed to be a little bit less than what the markets were expecting. What are you anticipating how that might evolve in the near term?
Well, David, a couple of things. First off, we all know that it was President's Day Monday, so it was a public holiday and long weekend. So we've come back, we've got escalation as far as Russia and Ukraine. We're I think inhaling all of that global news, and the markets were sold off, as we know, but they'll probably rally a little bit because we've had a couple of days of softness, and I wouldn't be surprised as they bounce from that low. So you got the Nasdaq down 1.25%. So let's just see the mood over the next matter of 8 to 10 hours. It's very fluid. It doesn't, when you're talking about geopolitical concerns of this magnitude, we need to be conscious that it's an hour-by-hour proposition, and there are new news events that are released to market and what impact they have to the markets and confidence. So at the moment, we've got not a bad morning as far as Asia trade. Let's see if that momentum continues over the rest of the trading day in Asia Pacific. And then what happens as far as Middle East? That starts to embrace Africa and then Europe, and then we run into America tonight. So it's a long day, David, 24 hours a day, and you grab a sleep when you can, I suppose.
And of course, as you say, it's an hour-by-hour proposition, but the Fed has to make a decision next month. Is it appropriate to pull away from those 50 basis point expectations?
Well, you've got a large consensus, Annette, that are saying 50 is the number, and then, they're saying, well, that's too heavy a hit. So it's a bit of a toss in the coin in the air, and let's see if it lands and where it lands and how it lands, and a little bit of, there's a few things to get away over the next matter of a week or so before I think focus goes back to the Fed and rate rises. So I'm tipping it's probably be 25 basis points, but I'm not going to be surprised. Surprises are always one that traders need to, I think, embrace.
Pete, a lot of focus will be domestically on the wage price index, but half an hour after that is the RBNZ meeting. Now, a bit of speculation talking about 50 basis point hikes that the RBNZ might go down that path. Do you think the actual rate announcement or the commentary on what it's going to do with its balance sheet will be the driver today?
Well, it could well be, David. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 50 because, what October and November, so this will be the trifecta, and maybe they've got to come out of the blocks far quicker. So, yeah, we're looking at announcements. We're looking at as far as commentary, and that's what traders do. They live and breathe that fundamental news, and then that dictates where they run as far as technical analysis and so on. So I think it's looking at the news, understanding those key drivers and appreciating what impact it has. Also, the price of the Kiwi, it's been bid up. We're running at about 67.40. So there's a chance that you could see a little bit further, increase to the upside. Our dollar's had a nice rally as well. And yeah, it's a place to be as far as if you're looking at trading on the big picture events. 24-hour currency markets are certainly an attraction for traders globally.